My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. Next up at UFC Vegas 29, the main event of the evening, we have the Korean Zombie.
Time.
Okay, I'll wait. We have the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Jung versus Dan Ige. Korean Zombie is 3-2 in his last 5, coming off of that devastating loss to Brian Ortega. That was a very lopsided loss. And then we have Dan Ige, 4-1 in his last 5, coming off of.
I want you to apologize to Dan Ige for your last breakdown, please, if you don't mind.
Because I had Kevin Tucker winning?
I think all of you guys had Devin, and I'm the guy that's like, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. So I'd like a public apology if you don't mind.
Listen, in all honesty, you can't really tell much from a fight that ends that quickly.
I learned everything in that fight.
Let me go ahead and give you the breakdown, Jacob. So this should be an awesome fight, and I think these odds are correct, which means it is a pick'em. Korean Zombie is a slight favorite as far as DraftKings are concerned, but this is a pick'em across the board. The Korean Zombie has been around forever. He has phenomenal striking. He has great grappling. He has very high fight IQ. And if he didn't lose to Brian Ortega in his last fight, I think everybody on planet Earth would say Korean Zombie dominates this fight. Korean Zombie wins this fight. But he did lose that last fight, and he did not look good at all. I mean, Brian Ortega, Jacob has an issue with Brian Ortega because of Brian's girlfriend, but Brian Ortega beat
my ex. Well, it's his girlfriend now. Is my ex-girlfriend, kind of.
Beat the absolute brakes.
Not technically, but I mean, it's kind of like,
You let me know when you're done with your.
Well, I just want to say, Tracy, I'm just disappointed. Honestly, I'm disappointed in your choices, but it's what's that? That's a free bird. Sometimes you got to let them fly away and hope they come back. So, Tracy, I'll be here.
Okay. Anyway, no, you won't. You're moving apartments. So, Korean Zombie, if you look at
I'm not moving. I'm upgrading, Tracy. Let's get it. I mean, I'm upgrading. I'm upgrading.
Korean Zombie has fought some of the best people on planet Earth and beat most of them. He absolutely smoked my buddy Frankie Edgar. And he has one of the most exciting. His fights are exciting. He is good everywhere. He's incredibly tough. He is the Korean Zombie for a reason. What's that stat with the ridiculous chokes? Like, the dude is amazing, but his last fight has everybody questioning him and his abilities and what he can do. And then Dan Ige's last fight has everybody, and I can see it in the comments here. I haven't seen a single person pick Korean Zombie. Everybody's picking Dan Ige, and I think there's some recency bias in that with Dan Ige coming off of that wild knockout, Korean Zombie coming off of that really bad loss. With that being said, Dan Ige is on a great little streak there. He's got a loss.
Little streak? What the hell?
Well, because
I've never seen such disrespect. Honestly.
He lost to Calvin Kattar less than a year ago. So it's a little streak. He's got a great little streak there. This is a big step up in competition, but he is much faster, has much more power, and is the more technical boxer. I'm going with Dan Ige. I have wins inside the distance, and decision, no action is my bet. So basically, I'm saying Dan Ige will win by stoppage, or if it goes to a decision, I get a refund. And that's how I see this fight going. I think Korean Zombie either wins a decision or Dan Ige gets a finish here. What are your thoughts there, Jacob? You made faces at both sides of it, so I don't even know where you are on this pick.
Well, that's interesting that you say that, but let me just first start by saying that Dan Ige is going to win this fight. I don't think he's going to win it like in quite the dominant fashion I would like. I love Dan Ige. I've talked about Dan Ige for a couple of years now. I think by this time next year, he's fighting for a title. I think that's good. How good he is, because I think the Korean Zombie is ranked like 4th or 5th, and Dan's like 9th. So he'll jump up in the top 5 and eventually get that title shot once they figure out the Ortega Alex Volkanovski, I guess.
Volkanovski, yeah.
I kept thinking of Hernandez for some
Yeah, you
reason.
got to wait for the show to finish.
Yeah, Volkanovski, Ortega, then you got Holloway there. Once that's all cleared up and they have a champion, I think Ige is going to be the next shot. I think he wins this fight. That's nothing against the Korean Zombie. I think the Korean Zombie is very, very good. But I think he just relies on his toughness a little too much. And against Dan Ige, you're just going to get absolutely mauled. If you thought the Ortega fight was bad, this one might end up being even worse. With that being said, Korean Zombie is also in my lineup. I have both of them in my lineup. I haven't doubled up the main.
Doubled up.
I haven't doubled up the main event, and I don't know how long. But this is like one of those fights where I just feel like it could be like one of those all-time great fights. It's an absolute war, back and forth. But I see Dan Ige finding a ways to get the fight to the ground and dominating on the ground. I just think he's a step ahead of the Korean Zombie in the striking, in the grappling, in the submissions. But it's just the way that this card, like I said, I like a lot of underdogs on this card. So it's kind of like a weird situation where I had a lot of money left over. So I figured, you know what, there's definitely worse places you could put $8,200 than on the Korean Zombie. And even if I think Ige is going to win, I think that the Korean Zombie in a 5-round fight with his toughness could still score 70, 80 points in a loss if this ends up being a brawl. So I have both of them in my lineup, although I'm a big Dan Ige fan. I think he fights for the title next year, and I think he wins the fight.
Well, the comment section here, the live chat, because we are live, even if you're watching this later, is just like 100% Ige. I think I saw maybe one.
Well, yeah, when I saw DraftKings money, I was like, oh my God. Technically, I could have made Dan Ige my lock of the week. So Dan Ige is going to be the backup lock of the week because it is a pick 'em, but he's the underdog on DraftKings. So technically, the rules are, I can put Dan Ige in my lineup, but I mean that he
I
can be
have
the lock
Dan
of the week.
Ige in my lineup. I do have in my lineup. I think this is a very close fight. I do think it goes to a decision, but I told you the bet that I placed was Dan Ige wins inside the distance. But if it goes to a decision, I get a refund. I get my money back. The bet never happened because I don't think Korean Zombie can stop Dan Ige. And I do think Dan Ige can stop Korean Zombie. But if he doesn't, great. I get my money back. No problem. And if you want to place that bet or one like it, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. There's a bunch of different options for you to get deposit matches or literally free money from us. The Monkey Knife fight line is crazy. I think it's more and more. I agree with you because I think it should be a 5-round fight. That's why my bet on win on inside the distance has the insurance of decision.
I think if this was a 3-round fight, that would be a good strike line because I think they could throw the volume to hit that in 3 rounds. And this is a 5-round fight. And like I said, they're both tough as hell. So I don't see an early stoppage. So yeah, I love them more and more on this one.
Yeah, I like them more and more as well. So go to playmkf.com/wewantpicks. Play them more and more. You literally triple your money with a play. That is our breakdown. Thank you very much for watching. We'll stick around for another minute or two and hit some comments. But if you're watching this on replay, thank you very much.
Subscribe,
and let us know in the comments.
Like the video.